pray that everyone is in good health and in good faith. I was thinking over and over again, I was traveling this weekend to Columbus, Ohio for some work that I had to get done through our congregation here in Dallas. And while I was on the plane this morning back to Dallas, I was thinking to myself, what notes and what words and what advice should I share with the congregation that's gathered here today? And I'd like to share with everybody a story, actually. When I was serving as an assistant imam and a youth director in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee, we were experiencing a very interesting situation as a congregation. We had decided to build a mosque for our 1,000+ person community at that time in 2008 and 2009. And we were fastly approaching the blessed month of Ramadan, which is the most blessed time of the year for Muslims, in which we fast for 29 to 30 days, sunrise to sunset each day. And as a lot of you all may know, a Muslim here in school, it's a very, very festive, a very immersive month for people. And as that month was approaching, and anyone who was involved with any sort of architecture or construction or the building of any sort of structures in religious circles, sometimes construction projects and schedules go a little bit off plan. So all the pastors and other people are laughing here because they know it. We were fastly approaching that first week of Ramadan. And lo and behold, our mosque was not ready to actually walk into on the first day. And that week in which we were all nervous and filled with anxiety and what are we going to do with the 1,000+ people that we have to serve the entire month, we got a phone call from a pastor across the street from us. And still to this day, him and I are Facebook friends, so you know we're legit. He reached out to us that day, and he called us and he said, "How's everything going? How's the move?" And we responded back to him. His name is Steve Stone. And we said, "Pastor Steve, we are not really where we wanted to be at this point. We actually are in a little bit of like a interesting situation where we have to figure out like a rental facility or something for the month that we can use." And Pastor Steve, without any sort of hesitation, he asked us, "Well, why don't you guys come pray here?" And we were all taken aback. We said, "Pastor Steve, what do you mean? You have your entire congregation." Obviously, I'm not a pastor in a church, so I'm not really sure about the schedule, but I'm assuming it's just as rigorous as a schedule at a mosque or a temple or a synagogue. And he said, "Yeah, of course we have our schedule, but we also have room." And so without any sort of hesitation, Pastor Steve Stone opened the doors of Heart Song Church to an entire congregation of Muslims in 2010, where every single evening, our first home that we had as a community was inside of a church that was across the street. And to this day, that is what gave birth to one of the most amazing organizations in my hometown of Memphis, known as the Friendship Foundation, that still gathers every year sharing food and conversations and community. And that is what brought us together that day. So my question to all of the graduates and future graduates in years coming forward, my question is not, what degree are you getting? Or, what classes are you taking? What jobs do you aspire for? What careers do you want in your life? My question to all of you is, what legacy do you want to leave behind? My question to everybody here is, what stamp of togetherness and kindness do you want to leave behind in this world? And there was a famous statement of the Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessings be upon him. In our religion, he said that after a person passes away, all of their deeds, they cease to continue. They all stop, except for just a few. And the first advice that he mentioned within this advice was that the deed that continues is an act of charity or a charitable act that continues to give long after you and I are gone. So after you and I have breathed our last, after we've made our final turn, what legacy do we leave behind that continues to give and bring people together? And so my sincere and honest prayer for all of us, including even the adults and the previous graduates from their specific alumni groups is that we leave an impact in this world that is more than just degrees and diplomas and scholarships and whatnot, but our legacy is built into the relationships that we make, the kindness that we show, and the communities that we develop and gather and cultivate. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate you guys. I'm very honored to be here. Congratulations to all of you, teachers, students, staff, faculty, everybody. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your evening.